Hey, I'm Jonathan,
I'm Mary.
I'm Sammy.
and today we're interviewing Sammy over some of the topics that we've already covered in some of our previous podcasts. If you want to go check them out, I don't know where I posted them, but they'll be in the description below because this is going on YouTube. Hi, YouTube. Today we're going to be asking you some general questions about gaming, social media, and other such channels on YouTube. What kind of stuff do you watch on YouTube, if any?
I usually watch, I kind of watch some streamers on YouTube, play video games, like Cry and a little bit of Markiplier. Other than that, I just mainly listen to lyric videos of songs.
Fair enough. I know you're a gamer, so what kind of games have you been playing, if any?
Lately I've gotten right back into Skyrim. So Skyrim, there's like every Blizzard game, so World of Warcraft, Overwatch, Heroes of the Storm, and Hearthstone. I'm not much of a StarCraft or Diablo person. And recently I played Night in the Woods. You should totally play it. It's like $20 on Steam. Yeah, that's about it.
Nice. Yeah, Skyrim is the kind of game where if you play it, then it feels like time is going pretty slowly. You're just doing the general stuff, and then 5 hours have passed. You've missed 3 deadlines for your school assignments, and you are like 10 days older. It's terrifying how quickly time gets away with you in that game.
Especially since it's terrifying because I figured out how to download it onto my laptop. So now I can play it anywhere.
You can play Skyrim on any device at this point. I could probably find that version on my phone. I can't, but one day.
One day.
Yeah. So, social media.
Yeah.
What do you use?
Yeah, mainly on Tumblr.
I did have a question.
I
No
don't-
further questions. I'm going to just cut this entire piece out. It's okay to be wrong, though. That's what we're getting in here.
No. I don't do Facebook or Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. I'm just like,
We're the best.
I go to Tumblr for the memes. And what can I say?
What else is stand for Tumblr? All of this is memes. But memes are wonderful.
Yes.
Social justice warriors.
I stay away from them.
They're scary. They're terrifying, especially as a white dude.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm like their #1 target. It's great.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. I'm not really the minority here, so
Yeah.
yeah, it's fine. I'm globally accepted, mostly. Until I open my mouth. Then everyone hates me equally. So, on the topic of new games, have you been looking at Far Cry 5, which came out recently?
I have not been, since I haven't been playing any of the Far Cry games, but I do have a friend that's been playing it, and he's been talking about it nonstop.
Yeah.
It sounds pretty cool.
I mean, it's getting pretty interesting. It's not really that different from the old games, excluding Far Cry Primal, because literally the setting for Far Cry Primal is like the Jurassic Ages. So it's a little bit different from the guns blazing rhetoric that they normally have going. I don't think rhetoric's the right word there, but we're going to go with it. Pretend
Yeah.
that I know what I'm talking about. In Far Cry 5, you're set obviously in America, which is different from the normal ones. Normally you're just like on a jungle island and there's tigers attacking you all the time. Now we just have bears, which is also great. What all do you know about the new Far Cry?
Something about a cult, and that's about it.
Yeah, that's about it.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, is really going off of the natural charisma of America, of just cultists.
Yeah.
Yeah. We have a lot of cults here, I feel like.
Scientology.
Gonna skip over that one so we don't get murdered in our sleep.
Yeah.
Other game releases, what's your all-time favorite game, if you could take that?
Yeah, I'd have to say World of Warcraft. I've been playing since I was like 8.
Now, see, I have to give a personal story on that one. I feel really bad. So my brother has been a WoW head for the longest time. He worked at Blizzard for a time, which was his dream job. So he still has a lot of those connections. So I decided to start trying to play WoW at one point. And I mean, it's pretty fun, but I get burnt out on MMOs really quickly, and then I just quit and I do nothing with it. What my brother did was he got me a year-long pass because there's a lot of those codes that go out. And I played for like 2 out of the 12 months that worked for. I felt really bad about how much that wasted. But yeah, that was That was.
When
I
they,
think he still regrets giving me that.
when they keep adding more content, I just keep playing.
Yeah.
So, what part exactly draws you to World of Warcraft?
I really like its fantasy elements. I like being able to be a mage and then go burn all manties. I mean, you know. Or be a hunter and have a little pet by my side. It's nice.
Yeah, of course. Have you done any looking into VR and all that?
I have played a little bit of VR, and not to my enjoyment. It's always been horror games, and I'm not a horror fan. So that was a mess. That was
Yeah.
a mess.
I've never really understood horror games. I don't like being scared, and a lot of the time it's not even scary because it's all this
Yeah.
predictable crap. Like, there's some good horror games, like, this may not count, but I've been a Legend of Zelda nut for a lot of my life, and so my all-time favorite game is Majora's Mask because it's amazing. They managed to mix tragedy and terrifyingness with the lighthearted Legend of Zelda games, and
Yes.
it's ridiculous what they managed to do, but it's terrifying because, not because of jump scares or anything like that, but because of the atmosphere that they build up the entire time as the days pass on, because you're set on a 3-day cycle, and at the end, the entire town and surrounding areas gets obliterated.
Yep.
And as it goes on, the music inside of the main town starts getting more and more chaotic. So they're putting in random notes and all that, and it's just, it starts to make you really anxious because you're just
Such a
running
fun
around,
game.
selling stuff, earning more rupees so you can buy cool houses. And then at one point, and then while you're doing all that, suddenly just the music starts getting more chaotic. So it's just Link running around with this cute little bunny hood on, while all of a sudden the music goes down. Like, oh. It's really amazing what they managed to do with that. But yeah, the modern horror games and all that, I don't really have an interest in them. I've got a few, like Amnesia, but I don't really play any of them.
One of the playthroughs I watched was a playthrough of like Silent Hill Downpour, and that's the only Silent Hill game I've experienced, and that was scary enough. So,
Yeah, I can
but,
imagine. So, is there any interest that you would have in VR, just as a concept, not as much the horror games that you've been suffering?
I actually really do like the whole VR thing, because not only did I experience horror games, I did experience this really nice underwater one where you could just go to different places. I'm usually terrified of being underwater, but it was really calming and really nice, and it felt so real. It was amazing. I really want kind of a VR version of some of the games I play,
Yeah.
but at the same time, I know
Yeah,
I get
Skyrim.
I get scared enough in Draugr Cairns as it is.
Yeah. I mean, they're not that terrifying, other than the flame traps, axe traps, undead, spiders, giant spiders, I should mention, that are like, your size, if not bigger.
Yeah.
Wow, okay, I'm gonna have nightmares about that. But yeah, there's one game that I have that sort of remind me of there, Subnautica, which is an underwater game. It's a survival game with crafting elements and all that, so you try to build up your base and escape off the watery planet. But it also has a VR version, which would be terrifying, because in the game, it's a little bit horror-y, because, first of all, there's the whole fear of the ocean that a lot of people have, which is hilarious. Markiplier actually did do a Subnautica series, and of course he has a fear of water, so that's hilarious to watch.
Yeah.
Even better.
And so the biggest thing that's terrifying about that is that there's a lot of huge fish in the game, like the Reaper Leviathan, which is basically probably a good mile long. I'm overstating that because I don't actually know how long a mile is, but pretty long. It's terrifying. It's the size of like your little ship that you can go around in. And there are moments where it can rip onto your ship, and you see its gaping maw go over it and try to eat you, and it's terrifying. And I can only imagine how much more terrifying that would be in VR, where you are sitting inside of that tiny little pod, 500 feet under the ocean, getting eaten by a monster that looks like something out of Cthulhian mythology. But yeah. Do you have any questions for Sammy?
No, you pretty much covered it.
Happy to help. Anyways, thanks for joining us. I'm Jonathan,
I'm Mary.
I'm Sammy.
and thank you for watching YouTube.